Do you have forgotten dreams or prophetic words that you have laid aside? Do you have prophetic words or dreams that you have laid aside or thought, that will never happen to me? Well, what are your forgotten dreams? The story of Joseph has many life lessons for us to learn from. But today I want to focus on the dreams that Joseph had as a young man, which ultimately carried him through many trials and tribulations throughout of his life. These dreams became forgotten dreams during the trials of his life. But years later, when he became a powerful man in Egypt, he remembered the dreams of his youth. He acknowledged that God had sent him to preserve a remnant on the earth and to save his family. The promises of Joseph's dreams were inconceivable at the time. He shared them with his family and they didn't believe him. Sometimes our dreams or prophetic words do not fit into our current circumstances. Perhaps your dream is for a later date, or perhaps your prophetic words might not fit into your current job or your family or your ministry. Well, at times, God's way of bringing these dreams to life is not how we would foresee them to happen. Time and time again, the Lord would bring a solution to a problem that I had, but not in a way that I had considered. Breakthrough would come from an unexpected source, and forgotten dreams were brought back to life. In the story of Joseph, he had his robes taken from him twice. The first robe that revealed to everyone that he was his father's favorite was torn from him by his brothers. The very family who should have had his back, who should have really cared for him and taken care of him, they betrayed him. That betrayal led to slavery. The second robe to be torn from Joseph was done by Potiphar's wife at a time when Joseph seemed to have it all. He had a respected position in a powerful household. He had responsibilities and he had status. But once again, he loses his robe, his freedom, his status, and he's thrown into jail. Joseph loses everything he has achieved for a second time. While in jail, we read in Genesis 41 that Pharaoh hears of Joseph, who is an interpreter of dreams. And Pharaoh calls Joseph. He is taken out of jail for the very thing that got him sold into slavery in the first place, dream interpretation. In Genesis 41 verse 14, it says, "And Pharaoh sent, and he called Joseph, and they rushed him out of the dungeon, and he shaved, and he changed his clothing, and he came to Pharaoh." Joseph comes out of jail, and he shaves his hair, and he conforms to the culture of the day, and he shaves rather than being shaved. He changes his clothes rather than having his clothes changed. You see, Joseph anticipated the modes of behavior most likely to be found favored with Pharaoh, rather than waiting to be asked to conform at a later date. The dream interpretation leads to Joseph being promoted by Pharaoh into a governmental position. Pharaoh changes Joseph's name and gives him a wife. In Genesis 41 verse 51, we learn that Joseph named his firstborn Manasseh, meaning God has made me forget completely my hardships and my parental home. And this is the key to Joseph's ability to go through difficult times, challenges of being falsely accused, imprisoned. He was rejected. He went into slavery. Well, the key is God sustained him. Joseph's loyalty to God is what makes him successful in the new land. And when Joseph sees his brothers after so many years, they do not recognize him, but he remembers the forgotten dreams of his youth. Joseph is eventually reunited with his brothers, and he gives God the glory for his success. In Genesis 45, verses 7 to 8, it says, Joseph says to his brothers, but God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then, it was not you who sent me here, but God. He made me father of Pharaoh, lord of this entire household, and ruler of all Egypt. When Joseph reached the end of himself in jail, it was the beginning of a new life in Egypt. Do you have forgotten dreams or prophetic words that you have laid aside? Is it not time to revive those dreams, to ask the Lord to breathe fresh air into your dreams? Let's pray. Lord, the interpretation of our dreams and prophecies belong to you. Please forgive us our doubt. We are not to be overwhelmed by our dreams and our prophetic word. Lord, you are faithful. We ask that you breathe fresh air into our dreams and prophecies and bring to life the dry bones, the dreams that we have forgotten and discarded in this season. Lord, you are faithful and just and true, and you are all powerful. Father, I ask today that you will bring to remembrance every forgotten and discarded dream and prophetic word that has been gathering dust. Lord, that you will breathe fresh air into those dry bones and resurrect those dreams and come into being in this season where we find ourselves. Amen. If you have enjoyed this episode, remember to click like and subscribe for more. Have an awesome day. Be blessed, everybody.